Your ceremony will start in a few minutes, so before we begin, a few housekeeping requests. First of all, please remain seated. If you would like to take photographs during the ceremony, you are very welcome to, but please do not leave your seat or obstruct anyone else's view. Our official photographer will move around the cathedral during the ceremony, and their photographs will be available for you to view in the online graduation gallery very soon. If you have a mobile phone, please ensure it is now turned off or set to silent. In the unlikely event that the fire alarm is activated, please remain where you are unless an announcement is made to evacuate the building. During the ceremony, each graduate's name will be read out individually as they cross the platform, and we congratulate them all with enthusiastic applause. We hope that you enjoy the ceremony, and please continue your celebrations with us on the Cathedral Green afterwards. Now please stand for the procession. Thank you.
Please be seated. Vice-Chancellor, Deputy Lord Mayor, Lord Lieutenant, distinguished guests. A very warm welcome to you all as we gather together in Chester's magnificent cathedral on this very special day. My name is Jill Reeve and I'm Senior University Chaplain and Dean of Chapel. In addition to those of us gathered here in the cathedral, we are also joined by others online, and we extend a warm welcome to each one of you as well. In our graduation ceremonies this week, we are also conferring honorary degrees, acknowledging those who have made an important contribution to society beyond the university. And we are delighted to be able to introduce you to one of our honorary graduands later in this service. Gathered here in Chester Cathedral, it's worth noting the special relationship between the cathedral and the university that goes back to our roots as a pioneering and innovative teacher training college founded in 1839. Few teachers at that time had any formal training, and Chester College was the first purpose-built teacher training college of its kind in England. If you had joined as one of the first 10 students in 1840, your general studies would have included geometry, algebra, and bookkeeping. And in your spare time, you would have helped to build the university chapel and even a steam engine. Back in 1839, the dean and chapter of this cathedral gifted the land that is now our Exton Park campus, just down the road from here. The relationship between the cathedral and the university remains an important one to this day, and we are grateful to Dean Tim and the team for their ongoing support. Our university has changed immensely since 1840, but our mission statement continues to express our roots and our foundational values, founded in faith, creating community, serving society. Our multi-faith chaplaincy team now has the joy of supporting a vibrant, diverse, and international community of staff and students. Each one of you has made your own unique contribution in your time with us, and we are thankful for each one of you. And so, as this ceremony begins, I would encourage you to put aside all distractions, including worries about whether that cap of yours will actually stay on your head, and simply enjoy this very well-deserved moment. As we begin, let us unite our hearts and our prayers for each one of you graduating today. May you use your unique talents and gifts well, always mindful of the needs of others, and with a heart of care and compassion that is committed to a fairer and more just world. May you keep alive in you a spirit of inquiry and exploration, with an openness to question and be questioned in the search for truth, learning, and new insights. May you find before you new possibilities and wider horizons, and have the confidence to step out in faith with a sense of adventure, joy, and hope. And always let integrity be your guide. And may God bless you today and in the days ahead. Amen.
Permissum vicis in eo. I declare open this congregation for the presentation of degrees and awards.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Professor Eunice Simmons, Vice-Chancellor of the University of Chester, and it is my great pleasure and privilege to welcome you all to this wonderful cathedral, both physically and virtually, as we mark your individual and collective successes. As you've heard, you're now part of an institution that prides itself with a history of being based in this magnificent city for nearly 200 years. This sense of place has been at the core of your time with us. You've become part of our university community, located in Chester and across our region in university centres in Birkenhead, Warrington, Shrewsbury and Rees-Heath. Today we gather not only to acknowledge the completion of your academic journey, but to recognise the countless hours of hard work, dedication and passion that have brought you to this moment. Your graduation is not just the culmination of your efforts, but a testament to your potential and the boundless opportunities that lie ahead. And success is not just about personal achievement, it's about the impact you make on the world and the lives you touch along the way. We celebrate your success not just in achieving your degrees, of which you should be justly proud, but in developing so many skills, qualities, attributes and strengths as citizen students of the University of Chester. You are now each contributing to society as citizens of the world. A world that is uncertain and which faces many challenges, but one for which you are all well prepared to find your way and make your mark following your time at Chester. Adversity is inevitable in your professional journey, and I know you will utilize the skills of resilience and problem solving that you've developed here throughout your career. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Learn from your mistakes, adapt, and keep pushing forward, always striving to do what is right, even when it's difficult. So the university and faculty colleagues take great pride in your accomplishments, and we've every confidence that you'll go on to achieve great things. And this is your day, a day to recognize and remember. But before I take the opportunity to congratulate you in person when you take your all-important walk across this stage, a few examples of activities in the faculties you've studied in. In art and design, fashion design students experienced an extremely positive end to the year, with graduates receiving accolades from the Dean's Award for recognition of talent, as well as several high recommendations from both myself and the Provost for your high levels of achievement this year. Students and graduates were also featured in Northern Fashion Week and at UOC Hive pop-up at Trafford Palazzo to showcase their collections. One fashion design graduate also had the opportunity to exhibit her final collection in a catwalk show here in this cathedral. A trip to Paris in February was a real highlight, and all year groups got to attend Premier Vision Fabric Fair, as well as visiting the former ateliers of Dior and Yves Saint Laurent. Photography students exhibited a diverse degree show exhibition, which was praised by our external examiner and esteemed photographic artist, Jean Bonnell. And from the same exhibition, 2 of the graduates' projects were selected and received critical acclaim for their achievements. Former director of Magnum, curator and publisher Chris Boot selected technically accomplished and a coherent portfolio of staged portraits for Source Graduate Photography Online. Another student is currently being exhibited in China at the Dali International Photography Exhibition in Yunnan Province. This work was selected by the curator and juror Andy Golding, who's also an academic working with universities and groups across the world and a trustee of the Royal Photographic Society. Product design students left us with wide smiles after a fantastic degree show in June this year. They demonstrated exceptional team working skills, which paid off with a full set of incredible results, each student having their own strengths, and it was inspiring to see how much students can achieve when they support each other. A final year highlight included a trip to the V&A in Dundee to see design work for ageing populations. However, I think they all aged considerably, especially Andy Armitage, their dedicated VL, as a result of their delayed 11-hour train journey home from Scotland. A trip to New York, rather more glamorous in February, with the Department of Art and Design was a real highlight. This enabled students to see the similarities of how their peers at the Pratt Institute and School of Visual Arts do design, and how we're all adapting to the new future of AI. As designers, they embrace the change. Their engagement with the business school and the Venture Adventure program broadened their view of product design as a business, and these graduates are workplace ready to thrive not only as designers but also across a broad spectrum of job roles. Half of the cohort have already secured exciting graduate jobs, while travel and adventure are on the cards for many others. The graduating cohort of fine arts students produced some exciting, innovative and impressively large-scale work exhibited in actuality as part of the degree show exhibition. Interior design graduating students showed great resilience, determination and skills to produce a fantastic final year degree show with a wide variety of interesting design proposals. The year group also had success in competitions too, with one student winning an Interior Educators National Award for a second year project, and another being shortlisted for both the Interior Educators Award and the Arts Thread Global Design Graduate Show for her final year major project. In music, media and performance, a music production student wrote to fill us in. I'm now working at Factory Studios as a music producer, recording and mixing engineer. I am the co-producer with established bassist from The Verve, Simon Jones, recording various high-profile musicians. And one popular music performance graduate is now working as a professional drummer. Several popular music performance, music production performance, and music production graduates are currently doing their MA with us. Dance graduates have launched Graduate Dance Company, Lyra Dance Creative, and have performed for Cheshire Rural Touring, and they're running a company class at the Creative Campus. Several dance graduates are studying on our MA also. And drama and acting students staged a very successful version of Brecht's Caucasian Chalk Circle. A music journalist is now writing for Soundsphere magazine, and one of our graduating journalists writing for a national paper. An acting graduate has appeared in a short film called Blue Skies, which has just finished the festival circuit, and some of the drama and acting graduates have progressed on to work for holiday entertainment companies or postgraduate study in drama, in acting, and also in teaching. So well done, and congratulations to each and every one of you. We hope that you're as proud of your achievements as we are proud of you. And look round at your cohort. See how many people from different backgrounds have flourished at this significant point in history. Keep this picture in your mind so that you can recall your achievements in the future. So I'd like to conclude now with some heartfelt thank yous to the academics who have taught you and supported you throughout your studies, to our professional services staff who've looked after you in so many ways, some of which you may not even be aware of, to our governors who helped guide this institution, and to everyone who's made this ceremony such an occasion for you, including the Dean and Chapter of this great cathedral for hosting us. And also to all your guests and the people closest to you who've supported you during your studies. But mostly to those of you graduating today for choosing the university in the first place. In this wonderful setting, with the splendor of the fanfares, we want to give you a day you will remember forever. You are why this university exists, and I look forward to shaking your hands individually. You all deserve a huge round of applause.
Vice-Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you these graduands for admission to the degree of Bachelor of Arts in this university.
By virtue of the authority invested in me, I admit these graduands to the degree of Bachelor of Arts of the University of Chester.
William Abbott. Rachel Ambler. Edwin Angara. Beth Ansell. Isabella Antoniazzi. Charlotte Jane Armitage. Joel Isaac Austin. Megan Austin. Malia Bailey. Laura Barnes. Recipient of the Malcolm Crossland Award for Excellence, Megan Barton. Derry Bergin. Matthew James Bill. Jay Blackwell. Katie Blithin. Ruby Bolland. Chloe Louise Boston. Jake Boundy. Rebecca Bradford. Callum Breton. Recipient of the Alex Roberts Prize, Chris Bunn. Grace Anna Busby. Sophia Kane. Daniel Carr. Shannon Carter. Ellie Castle. Emily Catterall. Darnay Haralabidu. Ji Yu Chen. Recipient of the University Prize for Popular Music Performance, Jensen Churchill Napier. Jessica Clark. Freya Clarkin. Samuel Clybury. Connor Ridley Coatsworth. Bethany Coe. Megan Cousins. Recipient of the University Prize for Critical Theory and the Emma Galton Memorial Prize, Samuel Creed. Recipient of the University Prize for Graphic Design, Alice Crutchley. Casey Lee Cunningham. Hannah Rose Curtis. Freya Jane Davidson. Kira Davitt Bailey. Alexander John Dean. Neve Dilworth. Helen Dobby. Natasha Donnelly. Samuel Dowling. Lauren Jane Dunn. Harriet Eccleston. Rachel Nwala Ellis Jones. Sally Elphick. Amy Elverston. Alexandra Elwell. Fiona Emerson. Jonathan Esposito. Alex Evans. Jamie Evans. Jane Evans. Lillian Evans. Alicia Jade Evanson. Jade Farnell. Louise Farr. Lauren Ann Fay. Recipient of the University Prize for Photography, Sarah Flanagan. Daniel Fleet. Ethan Fleet. Jessica Forrest. Aurora May Fortini. Emily Fulks. Hannah Elizabeth Fowkes. Sarah Elise France. Nicole Froman Gerber. Stephen George. Irene Georgiou. Jessica Elizabeth Gillett. David Gittery. Recipient of the University Prize for Interior Design, Eleanor Catherine Granger. Cameron Grant. Recipient of the University Prize for Fashion Marketing and Communication, Erin Louise Gribben. Emily Griffith. Martha Griffiths. Olivia Groves. Bethany Hall. Ethan Hall. Joshua Hands. Ellie Harper. Paige Christine Harrop. Laura Hayes. Eleanor Grace Hendry. Alicia Hodkinson. Julia Holmgren. Luca Howells. Sasha Louisa Hughes. Charlotte Hunt. Dominic Hunt. Matthew Isherwood. Lauren Jackson. Recipient of the Bradbury Prize for Drama and Theatre Studies, Kirsty Rose James. Charlotte Jennings. Recipient of the University Prize for Music Production, Joseph Jennings. Charlotte Amy Johnson. Emily Grace Johnson. Recipient of the University Prize for Product Design, Bailey Jones. Fionn Jones. Katrina Jones. Robert Alexander Jones. Jordan Kennard. Susanna Kinga Kirko. Hannah Lathwaite. Recipient of the University Prize for Dance, Olivia Leah. Recipient of the Bradbury Prize for Drama and Theatre Studies, Isabel Sam Honora Lewis. Jack Lewis. Juliet Lewis. Amy Livingston. Thomas Mandane. Lydia Mansell. Nicole Mariscal Jimenez. Lucy Marwood. Hannah Ruth Matthias. Erin Jessica May. Hannah Macbeth. Tiger Lily McCormack. Olivia McIntosh. Amelia McCarlock. Charlotte Mitten. Daniel Moffat. Molly Morehouse. Christopher Morgan Shillingford. Yestin Morris. Stephanie Morris. Adam Morton. Carl Firoz Motiwala. Lewis Murphy. Scarlett Amy New. Charlotte Nichols. Faith Nightingale. Rowan Lucy Orla Norton. Alexandra Navaki. Sean Nunnan. Sophie Otum. Eleanor Cato Breen. Rianne Julia Osmond. Tom Padmore. Jade Palmer. Sophie Parker. Christian Partridge. Emma Persico. Emma Jane Petrozelli. Ria Vidi Fatufekur. Kia Reagan Piggott. Bethany Poole. Recipient of the University Prize for Fashion Design, Rebecca Porter. Madison Erin Powell. Nicole Quinn. Eleanor Rees. Emma Mary Riley. Isabel Reynolds. Amy Roach. Amy Roberts. Emily Roberts. Gemma Roberts. Mick Roberts. Millie Roberts. Eloise Robinson. Emily Robinson. Tegan Marie Roney. Natasha Rowland. Anya Ryan. Isabella Salati. Leah Stevie Schofield. Lucy Schofield. Jack Scott. Kane Scott. Mia Seth. Nuhashi Haibi. Millie Shimin. Recipient of the University Prize for Fine Art, Dave Smallman. Annie Louise Spencer. Laura Sproston. Mark Lloyd Stegall. Catherine Strickland. Sarah Shulina. Loredana Tabeta. Samantha Kate Taylor. Hannah Thomas. Jessie May Thomas. Joseph Thomas. Alicia Maria Rose Torkelson. Recipient of the Stora Chowdhury Solicitors Prize for Fine Art, Tanya Zoe Tranter. Olivia Trapnell. Jessica Walker. Emily Francis Walters. Lottie Warburton. Brandon Harry Ward. Erin Watton. Hannah Wedge. Isabella Wedgwood. Judith Wellham. Riley Wheeler. Emily Jane Whitehead. Amelia Whittaker. Alex Williams. Chantal Elizabeth Williams. Hannah Carlia Williams. Laurie Rowan Williams. Ryan Williams. Eleanor Wilson. Saldina Wilson. Jenny Kate Wood. Leslie Wright. Sean Chan Zhao. Mayor Renee Zacharias. Rehana Mahmood. Vice-Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you this graduand for the award of postgraduate diploma of this university.
By virtue of the authority invested in me, I present to this graduand the award of postgraduate diploma of the University of Chester.
Bethany Lauren Williams. Vice-Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you these graduands for the award of Diploma of Higher Education of this university.
By virtue of the authority invested in me, I present to these graduands the award of Diploma of Higher Education of the University of Chester.
Kieran Bolton. Hassan Chowdhury. Taylor Pack. Caitlin Wardle. Vice-Chancellor, I make application to you to present the degrees and awards listed to those candidates at the University of Chester who have not been presented in person, but whose names appear in the programme and who have indicated that they wish their degrees to be presented in their absence. I certify that they are worthy to receive those degrees and awards, and I stand as proxy for them.
I admit them to those degrees and present those awards, and I accept you as proxy. I now call on the public orator to present the honorary graduand, Adam Hills, for admission to his degree.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my great pleasure to present to you Adam Hills for admission to the degree of Honorary Doctor of Letters in recognition of his outstanding contribution to disability in sport and in particular his involvement with Warrington Wolves' physical disability rugby league team. Host of the broadcast and RTS award-winning Channel 4 series The Last Leg, Adam Hills is one of the most popular comedians in the UK. With 16 solo shows that have toured internationally, his combination of positive, uplifting comedy and effervescent spontaneity has seen him receive innumerable accolades, glowing reviews, and a legion of fans around the planet. I have been fascinated to learn more about the man that I know for making me laugh out loud, and I'm thrilled to share with you all today a brief overview of Adam's career, which includes being on an Australian postage stamp, but most notably his contribution to Physical Disability Rugby League, which is what we are recognising today. Adam Christopher Hills was born in the southern Sydney suburb of Loftus in 1970. Adam describes his young self as shy, studious, and polite. His father was a Qantas steward, so he grew up thinking all dads travel the world and occasionally talk on a microphone. His family shared a love of comedy and would often watch or listen to Benny Hill, Dick Emery, and Peter Sellers. Adam considers himself lucky to have been born with his disability because he never had to adjust to it. He says that if anything, it taught me to make the most of life and not let anything stop me from doing what I wanted to do. His parents were told to treat him like any other kid and to let him pick himself up if he falls over, which is what they did. When Adam was just 3 days old, his dad brought a red and green toy rabbit into the hospital to make sure that he supported the South Sydney Rabbitohs rugby league team, and he has been a fan ever since. Growing up, Adam's dad would bring home comedy albums from people like Peter Sellers, and they would listen to them together. Adam recalls, "It wasn't until I was on a flight to LA as a 9-year-old that I heard the comedy channel on the in-flight entertainment and realized other people listen to comedy too. I was entranced, and I remember listening to the routines over and over. At school, I would impersonate my favorite comedians, and when I left high school, I gave a comedy farewell speech to the teachers. It was my first ever gig." Adam went on to university and studied for a Bachelor of Arts in Communications, wanting to be a journalist, in particular a sports journalist. By the time he left, he wanted to be a comedian. He started doing comedy midway through his second year at university,
and by the time he graduated, he was getting paid for it. Billy Connolly was the first of Adam's comedy heroes that he actually met. He fondly told me, "I saw him outside the Sydney Opera House before his show. We've crossed paths many times since then, and he's become an influential part of my career. I like to refer to him as my hairy godfather." In December 2009, Adam married opera soprano Ali McGregor, and they have 2 daughters together. By now, Adam was a regular on Australian TV screens, hosting the music quiz shows Spicks and Specks and the talk show Adam Hills Tonight. He was also well established in the UK, having first visited in 1997 to perform at the Edinburgh Fringe, for which he performed at the next 7 Fringes in a row and was nominated for the Perrier Award 3 years running. He was asked to host the last leg for the 2012 Paralympics, and that's when the show began. A show which has now had over 300 episodes and is about to go into its 29th series. In 2017, Adam helped set up the Warrington Wolves Physical Disability Rugby League team. He told me, "I had received a tweet telling me that the South Sydney Rabbitohs Physical Disability team had won the premiership in Sydney. I didn't even know there was a rugby league team for people with disabilities. As soon as I heard about it, I called them up and asked if I could help promote it and maybe even play. They told me that the Warrington Wolves were about to set up the first PDRL team in the UK, and that since I lived in London, that might be an easier team to play for. I called them up and have been part of the team ever since. I've played over 30 games for Warrington, South Sydney and Australia, and competed at the World Cup last year." In 2019, the critically acclaimed feature-length documentary Take His Legs was released, which followed the remarkable story of the Warrington Wolves Physical Disability Rugby League team. The film recounts how Adam and his teammates prepare for the biggest game of their lives, playing against the South Sydney Rabbitohs at the world-famous ANZ Stadium in Australia. When Adam isn't playing rugby league, he can also be seen regularly hosting Channel 4's coverage of the Super League. In 2018, Adam also wrote his collection of stories from a life in comedy entitled Best Foot Forward. It featured anecdotes from his early days on the Sydney stand-up scene to landing on British television and his many encounters with such famous faces as Whoopi Goldberg and, of course, Billy Connolly. In February 2020, Adam became the ambassador for the Children's Trust, a British charity for children with brain injury and neurodisability, helping to raise over £50,000 for vital therapy equipment through annual comedy shows. In April 2020, Australia Post released a set of stamps recognising Australian legends of comedy, with Adam appearing on one of the stamps. Adam was appointed Member of the Order of the British Empire, MBE, in the 2022 New Year Honours for services to Paralympic sport and disability awareness. And in addition to all of this, Adam has also written his debut children's novels, Rockstar Detectives. Adam puts his success down to a combination of naivety and persistence, and he is delighted to be honoured here today. Vice-Chancellor, in the name of the Senate and of the Council, it is with great pleasure that I present to you Adam Hills, MBE, for the admission to the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa, in this university. Thank you.
By virtue of the authority invested in me, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa of the University of Chester. It gives me great pleasure to invite Dr. Hills to address the congregation.
I know in a moment like this one is supposed to be, very official, but inside I've got the voice of Homer Simpson going, I'm a doctor. This is absolutely remarkable. I'm genuinely, I arrived from Australia a few days ago and I'm not entirely sure that I'm not still dreaming right now. The jet lag is such. Vice-Chancellor, Lord Lieutenant and honorary guests, I'm honoured to be awarded a Doctor of Letters today, especially from an institution with which I am faintly connected. When I began playing disability rugby league for the Warrington Wolves in 2018, we would train every week at the Padgate campus of this university. In fact, the university was also a sponsor of the Warrington Wolves, so for many years I played rugby league with the University of Chester proudly written upon my buttocks. In fact, after one particularly strenuous training session, I actually vomited outside the training barn on campus. So not only is Chester University in my DNA, there's a little bit of my DNA in Chester University. Standing before you today, it kind of reminds me of my graduation, which was in a building built in the 50s, so it's nothing as beautiful as this. From Macquarie University in Sydney back in 1989, I had completed a Bachelor of Arts in Mass Communications. The guest speaker was the film director Peter Weir, who had just directed the movie Dead Poets Society. I spent the majority of the ceremony sitting in my seat trying to work out which one he was on stage. And then when I was conferred, I made sure I smiled at him in the faint hope he'd go, I'm going to put that guy in a movie. When he rose to speak, I realised I'd smiled at the wrong person. Just some random guy on the stage who smiled back but was very confused. When Peter Weir did speak, he pretty much told us that university is all well and good, but it's important to see the world and experience life. In particular, he told us we should all at some stage in our lives, and I quote, fall asleep in a ditch beside a dirt road in Egypt. I told a female friend of that recently and she said, yes, only a man would have that advice. Essentially, he told us to make the most of every moment and to live life to the fullest, to quote his own movie, to seize the day. Not only did I remember his message, but I remembered the way he made note of the way the sunlight snuck in through a window and illuminated the ornate carving on the side of the Dean's chair. And for some reason, I've taken that with me more than his actual message. Always notice the little remarkable things in life. So I'm taking this quite seriously. I really want to leave you with something memorable today, something I've learnt in my 53 years on the planet, something that maybe another Australian director might turn into a #1 single with a dance beat behind it. But the truth is, genuinely, most of the lessons I've learnt are those that I've picked up from other people. The country and western singer Dolly Parton once said, work out what it is you love doing, then find a way to make people pay you for it. A friend of Albert Einstein's once remarked to him, don't worry if your idea is shit, it'll just fertilise the next one. The singer Chris Isaak once said the best advice he ever received was from his father, and it was simply, turn up on time and be nice to people. And genuinely, the older I get, the closer I believe this last statement is to the meaning of life and the secret of success. There's a director called Harold Ramis. He gave us Groundhog Day and Caddyshack. He was Egon Spengler in Ghostbusters. He reportedly carried a scrap of paper with him at all times with a similar sentiment. It just said, life is ridiculous, so why not be a good guy? I kind of think he's right. It is, so why not? I used to think you needed two things to make it in the world, talent and drive. That's all I thought you needed. And there are loads of talented people out there who have absolutely no drive. And there are plenty of untalented people who are really driven. And I always thought you could get pretty far with one of those things, but if you have them both, you'll be a success. But I've come to realise there's a third variable. And to put it bluntly, it's this. Don't be a dick. I can't believe they let me say that in this speech, by the way. Because my point are, there are plenty of talented and driven people out there that nobody wants to work with. In rugby league terms, be the person that everyone wants on their team. My wife recently bought me a piece of art and it says simply, work hard, and be nice to people. And the more I think about it, the more I've come to the conclusion it really is that simple. Talent, drive, and being a good person. And to be honest, you don't even need that much talent. Work hard and be nice to people. I'd love to leave you with some astounding piece of advice that becomes a viral video or a hit on TikTok, some statement that rocks you to your very core. But the truth is, all you need is a little bit of talent, a whole lot of hard work, and to not be a dick. Do what you love, work hard at it, and be nice to the people around you. Honestly, that's all there is to it. Thank you.
I now invite Lucy Marwood, graduate of the class of 2023, to address the congregation.
Wow. Who would have thought that when we started in COVID that we'd all be sat here today? I want to give a massive, massive congratulations to all the students here and also recognition to our families and loved ones who have supported us throughout our journey. Please join me in giving a huge round of applause to everyone here today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lucy Marwood, and choosing to study at the University of Chester has been one of the best decisions I have ever made. Whenever I tell people I came to Chester for uni, everyone always says, "Oh, Chester, it's such a lovely city," and I couldn't agree more. The past 3 years have been so important in paving the way for my future. I've made some friends for life, and it's a chapter that will always have a place in my heart. Studying product design has been such a wonderful experience. The skills and knowledge I have gained can only be developed further, and I am eager to see what the future brings. Having only 4 people in my year group, we were small, but that didn't mean we weren't noticed. I am so grateful for you, Emily Catterall, Bailey Jones, and William Abbott. Going through university with you has been an absolute blast. I became club captain of the Dance Society in my final year of study, receiving awards and recognition from the Athletics Union for leading a team of over 70 members. I met some of my best friends by getting involved in sports, most likely because we are all very competitive. I also applied for Venture Adventure 2023, which is an entrepreneurial experience with Chester Business School. This opportunity meant travelling to Thailand to enhance my business skills and thinking through practice. It's an important experience in my career because it really pushed me out of my comfort zone and allowed me to be surrounded by like-minded individuals. Everything I've done at Chester has allowed me to develop as a person. The amazing opportunities I've had are solely down to the excellent support and staff that we have. Staff at Chester are more than just staff. They genuinely care about their students and the futures they are shaping. Some particular figures I would like to thank are my course leaders, Rebecca Falcon and David Raffer, Gordon Ray and Ali Cutler from the Athletics Union, and a mention to Fran Scholler, Dr. Henry Sidsaf, and Dr. Connie Hancock for the opportunity with the business school. I also want to give a massive thank you to 2 very special people in my life, my mum and dad. Give us a wave because I can't see you. There we are. They're there. I wouldn't be where I am today without you both. You're both inspirations to me and are the true advocate of what hard work is and what's achievable. I am extremely grateful and honoured to call you my parents, and I hope I am making you proud. To everyone, remember, confidence comes from many places, not just the way you look. Confidence is just experience over time. In anything you choose to do, you may lack confidence, and that's okay. But I've learned that if you're willing to put in the effort, willing to put in the time, attack it, and to just keep going, you will build confidence and self-belief in anything that you do. Therefore, I urge all of you here today to just pick a path and give 100% towards it, because this is only the beginning for all of us. Thank you, and congratulations to us all.
Thanks for that, Lucy. That was lovely. My name is Professor Paul Bissell. I'm the Pro-Vice Chancellor for Research here at the University of Chester. And as your graduation ceremony draws to a close, we really do hope this day has been memorable for you and for those who have supported you throughout your studies. And I want to add my congratulations to all of you here. This is a very special day that you will always remember, and you should be very proud of yourselves. So what next? Well, I hope the first thing you do is to remember to keep in touch. Please make sure you start following Chester alumni on social media, because today you celebrate becoming part of a community that is over 100,000 strong, living and working in 135 countries. Our alumni relations team is here to keep you connected to your university. This is not the end, but just the beginning. Please make sure to visit them in the marquee and collect your alumni gift bag. This week we are launching our Chester Worldwide campaign. We want photos of you and the alumni bag coming from all over the world. And the benefits of staying connected are many, because within this community, could be your next employer, your next mentor or client, the team will keep in touch, sharing all the latest news from the university and your alumni community via Graduate Shoutout, the monthly e-news for recent graduates. We also want to hear from you and how you're progressing through life, so please scan the QR code in your programme or chat to our alumni relations team to ensure you're signed up to our super alumni community. So whether this has been your first degree, an apprenticeship, full-time, part-time, undergraduate or postgraduate, our careers and employability team are here to support you with your next step. Perhaps you wish to set up your own business, or you're looking for guidance on a certain industry. Perhaps you want to work abroad or would like to consider a graduate trainee scheme. Whatever you're thinking, remember that we have an expert careers and employability team who are still available to you now as graduates in what is a very important time in your career. And we're not the only ones interested in how you thrive in your career ambitions. In just over a year, you'll be contacted by our partners to complete a graduate outcomes survey. Please do complete this. It will really help to tell us a story about the university and how it supports you into good careers. Your voice really does make a difference in ensuring our reputation is strong for you in the future. Information on how to engage with our careers and employability team, along with details of the graduate outcome survey, are all in your alumni bag. So, for those of us here, I look forward to seeing you in the marquee on the Cathedral Green to celebrate. To those watching around the world, thank you so much for sharing our graduates' achievements. And to you, our newest alumni, as you embark on your professional careers, I want you to remember the significance of the skills and the knowledge you have acquired at the University of Chester. These are not just tools for employment, they're instructions for change, for progress, and for making a positive impact on societies across the world. The future is yours, own it well. So, finally, congratulations once again. You will always be part of the University of Chester, and it will always be part of you. Thank you.
I declare closed this congregation for the presentation of degrees and awards. Salva sit universitas nostra, quod procantes consugamus.